Okay, here's another new to me pattern, our daily pattern, Boubi-Poke. And it looks like we do some peaks, some triangles, portion triangles. You don't finish off the bottom, and you have them spaced. And then the next row, the peak of this one is at the sort of at the base of that one. Looks like they don't have to line up exactly, but as long as they're sort of every other one. And then you fill in with these straights. So we'll see what happens. I've never done this. It looks very Art Deco, very cool. And then the green here is where you would put your shadow to make them stand out like that. So I'm going to give that a go and see. Never done this before. Give this one a try. So looks like we want to make a row of triangles. Just the peak part. Okay, and then another row below, in between, and a row that's the same as the first one. And then I think we want to turn this tile and do it again here on this other side. I'm going to get really close to my edge, but that's alright. Alright, something like that. So I'm going to have them. And then we want 1, 2, 1, 2 inside each of these triangles. 1, 2. 1, 2. This looks like one that I might want to plan better than I did so that it would fit better on my tile, but no, see, I gotta turn my tile. I got all spaced funny because I actually draw better going this way. Sure, you always turn your tile to your best advantage. Okay, now what? Now I connect those lines, but they just kind of dead end there on the triangle, except for these ones in the middle. They will actually probably line up. So we'll do those. I'm going to do those first. Oops, that didn't line up. To be very intentional about where you're starting and stopping the pen on this, and I can see that I wasn't very straight with how I lined up my triangles, and since I didn't line them up very straight, they're kind of wonky. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it that way. Now that I see how it's constructed, yeah, I didn't do that right. But that's alright. That's the way it is. actually connect there. And those actually connect here. Didn't expect that. I'm not sure that that's what was supposed to happen, but that's how they're connecting, so I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing this exactly right. May have to draw this one again in a different way. I think my triangles are too far apart, which is why they want to go between each other like that, which I don't think was the intent of this pattern, but I'll just see how it comes out. It may be just fine. Might be one of those ones that's very forgiving. I'm going to have to line up with that one, but that doesn't line up. So we'll just make my triangle a little bigger so that it lines up. I'm not sure that that was quite right, but well, as a matter of fact, I know that wasn't right. That's not lining up there at all. Something is totally... Yeah, you don't want to build it that way. In order for them to line up, I didn't follow the step outs exactly, and I should have. So we will have to try this one again. I needed to build it and not do it this way. I didn't do something right. Oh well. Yeah, it's kind of right, but not really. I think I'm gonna try again. It's not horrible, and maybe if I shade it. Shading is suggested to go on this here and this here. So inside and outside of each of these sort of crystalline shapes. So inside and outside, inside and outside. Inside and outside. Oh, well, it does get better after you shade it. So I think maybe that's what it is I just don't care too much for this one until it's shaded. I am a little wonky. I totally admit that I am definitely wonky on this one. not my best in lining things up. However, you can fix a lot of it by the shading. Or not really fix it. It's not that it's broken and needs fixing. It's just that your eye does something different after it's shaded. Yeah, it's definitely... Let's see, I need this side. Be consistent. Don't change your shading perspective just because you've turned your tile. I'm going to make sure your shading is still going the same way. Okay. Let me. I think this is because this is so fat right there. I really notice it compared to my other ones. And you know what I'm going to do? Haha. I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to add a line right there. Maybe a couple of them. Right there. I just added a couple of lines. I think that was part of my problem. I saw this big old gap right here because of the way I drew it. So I just added a line. And then we're going to go and smudge on all those spots with the shading. And I think that will solve a lot of my problem. But I definitely think I would, next time I would build them, my initial triangles closer together and not try to do both sides, just to do one, going one way. And then if I decide I have room to go the other way, I would turn my tile and do that and do it separate instead of doing it all in one thing. I think those were the two things that I did that I would change the next time I draw this tangle. So I may just get another piece of paper and just do it again real quick and see, because I think that might be my issue. But that's not bad. No, not bad at all. Once I've shaded it, oops, missed that, and blended, that is a really cool crystalline structure. I like it, but I think I would grow it differently. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to try doing it a different way. Okay, I am back. I'm going to try something else. I like the idea of it being a crystalline type structure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bottom row, and I'm going to just continue to build rows on top of each other instead of trying to do it. I was trying to do it like this, and I think maybe that's not my style. So I'm going to try something different. So I'm going to try doing them here. I think I want something like this, and then I want this. I think that's what I want. I'm going to draw this sort of, I should have started with the triangle. Okay, so let's do the triangle. We'll go down, and then we'll order that. Yeah, that's, when I went from the top, that didn't work. But that's working. Okay, so let's do another triangle. And then go down. All right. And then I'm going to do one here. Right, something like that. And then I need my triangle to be wider. So there's some more room for that. You'll notice my line's getting wonky trying to make that long line, and I didn't move my hand like I should have. I just moved my fingers. I should have moved my entire wrist, because just moving my fingers made it really not good. Alright, I like that. It kind of looks like some kind of Emerald City sort of a thing. I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to shade. think I'll put some shading right there. And I want to do a shadowy frame. Okay. A little blending goes a long way. Remember, if you're going to just finish and not put shading, that's fine. You don't have to shade. I find shading to be most pleasant. But if you are going to shade, make sure you use your blending stump and give it a good blend, because that really makes it pop. Brings your tile to life. I like my tiles to have a lot of life to them. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring some of that shading down into there. Alright, I like that one better. This is Boubi-Poke. And I'm going to fine and do this one also. Boubi-Poke. Alright, so there's two different versions of this. I like this one better. This one speaks to me more than this one, but they're both absolutely valid. Different ways to do this particular tangle, and that's it.